Cesar Romero names the gay icons of old Hollywood. He had affairs with in secret, and wait till you hear who tops his list. He could outdance a stare and outgossip Hedda Hopper. Lights blaze across 1940s Hollywood as neon rain glistens on Sunset Boulevard. Limousines purr outside the swankiest supper clubs, and 1,000 whispers chase every sparkling tuxedo. At the heart of it all, Cesar Romero, the Latin lover with a pencil mustache, a megawatt smile, and a private life that would make the tabloids faint. The studios manufactured straight-laced fairy tales, but behind the velvet curtains, legendary parties thundered into the dawn, starlets and stars both dancing cheek to cheek, sometimes literally. Did you ever wonder what secrets hid behind those infamous Hollywood grins? What would you have done if you'd seen two matinee idols disappear behind a closed dressing room door? Buckle up. This is the old Hollywood you were never supposed to see. If this tale grabs you by the lapels, hit that subscribe button and drop your wildest guess in the comments below, because tonight, the City of Angels reveals a few devils in disguise. Cesar Julio Romero Jr. is born on a breezy February morning in 1907 in New York City, a city bursting with energy, ambition, and the thunder of vaudeville. His family, Cuban aristocrats stripped of fortune by revolution, arrives with only old-world manners and the steel-spined will to survive. Young Caesar learns two lessons early: how to charm every doorman and how to keep a secret. By age 10, he's dazzling classmates with a showman's sense of timing and a jaw-dropping smile that teachers can't punish, no matter how many detentions he racks up. His childhood is a swirl of odd jobs, street corner orchestras, and the icy chill of being different in a city that likes its men rugged, not radiant. Can you imagine the pressure, being told you must live up to a vanished family title, but in a country that crowns its own kings every week? By the 1920s, he was storming New York's theater scene, dancing the Charleston at speakeasies, reportedly charming men and women alike. Studio scouts, always hungry for fresh faces, notice Romero's looks: olive skin, aristocratic profile, eyes that flicker with secret amusement. Fox signs him in a heartbeat. Hollywood wants a new Latin lover, and Romero delivers, landing his first real hit in 1935's The Devil is a Woman opposite Marlene Dietrich. Overnight, he's everywhere, starring with Shirley Temple, fencing with Tyrone Power, waltzing through Technicolor musicals. His off-screen magnetism is legendary. Crew members whisper he hosts parties where movie legends forget their studio contracts and dance until the sunrise. Directors and rivals alike allegedly grumble, "No one keeps the crew happier," or the studio heads more confused. But behind the dazzling PR machinery, Romero's personal life is a fortress. The press calls him Hollywood's most eligible bachelor, printing coy photos with debutantes and starlets. In private, rumors ripple, stories of late-night encounters at the Chateau Marmont, of secret glances exchanged during late rehearsals, of friendships that seem to burn with a little too much fire. Hollywood is a shark tank. It devours the unwary, and any whiff of scandal could end a career overnight. Romero plays the game with ruthless intelligence. He's linked to women, Lucille Ball, Ann Sheridan, even Joan Crawford, all more likely arranged by publicists than Cupid. Underneath, his heart beats to a different drum, and his most electric romances unfold far from the camera's flash. Do you ever wonder how many legends lived and loved in the shadows, all for the sake of a headline? As the years pass, Romero refuses to be typecast. He flips from romantic leads to cackling villains: Joker in the 1960s Batman, mobsters in film noir, and dapper lounge lizards in comedies. But the one role he always protects? Keeper of confidences. Allies are won with a wink and a well-timed joke, rivals deflected with elegance or, when needed, a razor-sharp put-down. His social life is a who's who of Golden Age Hollywood. Friends include Lana Turner, Vincent Price, and the always mysterious George Sanders. He is the toast of every room, The man with a whispered punchline and a perfectly chilled martini. But he never lets anyone past his velvet rope unless he's certain they're safe. Scandal, naturally, knocks at the door. There are whispers of FBI files, of private detectives hired by studios, of tabloids with envelopes of incriminating negatives. Romero dodges every bullet with a dancer's grace, surviving in a town where rumors kill quicker than poison. Do you think you could have kept your secrets for 40 years, when every bellhop and script girl is looking for a scoop? All those battles carved a blacklist into his memory, a secret scroll of lovers, rivals, and allies. And for decades, Cesar Romero's private ledger never saw daylight. Late in life, he finally opened his private notebook. Here are the 10 biggest gay icons of old Hollywood he allegedly had affairs with in absolute secrecy. Rock Hudson. On a blazing afternoon in 1955, poolside at the Beverly Hills Hotel, Romero reportedly slips into a sun-warmed cabana, only to find Rock Hudson already waiting, with a grin that could stop traffic. The two share an hour-long private script reading, the gossip hounds say, which sent pool boys whispering for weeks. Hudson and Romero share a deep understanding of the price of fame, two leading men forced to rewrite their real stories behind closed doors. In studio corridors, their glances spoke volumes, even as their PR teams staged double dates with starlets. He never needed to say a word. His silence was thunder, Romero allegedly confided years later. Some secrets rewrite history, and the next icon made even Romero nervous. Tyrone Power. Picture 1942. Cigarette smoke curling through the Paramount backlot. Tyrone Power, swashbuckler supreme, is said to have pulled Romero aside during fencing rehearsals for The Mark of Zorro. There, between ripostes, they share laughter and something far deeper. Their friendship, allegedly, blurs into a months-long affair, sparked by swordplay, sealed with midnight rendezvous at the Garden of Allah Hotel. One studio guard claims Power often vanished for coaching sessions in Romero's suite. He made danger taste like chocolate, Romero is rumored to have said. Some feuds are fought in the open, others in the shadows, and the next name brought more fireworks than the 4th of July. Anthony Perkins. In the smoky lounges of 1950s Hollywood, a trembling, bookish Anthony Perkins is drawn to Romero's effortless poise. They meet at a secretive party thrown by director George Cukor. Perkins, fresh from Psycho auditions, is all nerves and shy grins. Romero reportedly calms him, introducing Perkins to a world where queerness isn't a threat, but a thrill. Friends insist the pair would vanish into the gardens for hours, returning only when the piano played As Time Goes By. He was all tension until you made him laugh, Romero allegedly recalled. But if Perkins was a secret delight, the next star wielded his sexuality like a weapon. Montgomery Clift. On a rainy night in 1949, inside the brownstone maze of New York's Greenwich Village, Romero and Clift collide, literally, during a rap party for the heiress. Clift, tormented by his own demons, is said to have found rare comfort in Romero's easy wit and steady hand. Romero, for his part, falls hard for Clift's haunted eyes and razor intellect. Crew members claim their affair was as tempestuous as a Tennessee Williams play, burning fast and ending in tears. He could break your heart and never notice, Romero is rumored to have sighed. Some loves are storms, others slow-burning fires. The next icon set the room ablaze. James Dean. In 1954, Dean is the hottest property in Hollywood. And at a late-night jazz club off Sunset, he approached Romero with the reckless confidence of youth. The two reportedly bond over cigarettes and existential angst, slipping away to Dean's coupe for private philosophy lessons. Romero allegedly adored Dean's rebellious spirit. Dean, insiders say, craved Romero's seasoned charm. Their dalliance burns bright but briefly. Dean's flame always burned too hot for the world. He lived like tomorrow was a rumor, Romero is said to have mused. Fast hearts and fast cars, yet the next man brought something Dean never could: peace. Vincent Price. Imagine a Halloween party at Orson Welles' estate. Vincent Price, draped in a velvet cloak, charms the room with ghost stories, until Romero pulls him onto a balcony for a private haunting. Gossip columnists allege their rapport was electric, laced with flirtation and arch sarcasm. Their connection, according to Price's biographer, was part romance, part secret society. Both relished the thrill of the forbidden, their bond sealed by whispered confessions over blood orange cocktails. No one wore a mask better, or took it off faster, Romero reportedly quipped. If Price was a masquerade, the next name played for keeps. Tab Hunter. It's 1958. Tab Hunter, fresh off a surf movie, locks eyes with Romero at a studio mixer. Their chemistry is instant. A week later, a tennis lesson turns into a weekend retreat in Palm Springs. Hunter, struggling under the weight of fan magazine lies, finds solace in Romero's unflappable honesty. The two allegedly develop a code, matching cufflinks as a secret sign, spotted by only the keenest gossip hawks. He was sunshine, and it hurt to stand too close, Romero is rumored to have told a confidant. Young love fades, but the next affair broke all the rules. Ramon Novarro. Back in the 1930s, before Romero was a household name, Ramon Novarro, MGM's original Latin lover, invited him to a silent film screening. Afterward, they linger in the theater's empty aisles, sharing stories of old Hollywood and stolen kisses. Their relationship, crew members claim, was both mentorship and romance. Novarro taught Romero the rules of surviving studio sharks. The torch passes, but so do the secrets. He danced like nobody watched, and that's how he loved, Romero is said to have reminisced. Mentors matter, but the next icon was pure mischief. George Nader. In 1961, on the set of a B-grade spy flick, George Nader and Romero strike up an unlikely friendship. Nader, bold and unflinching, is rumored to be the first to truly challenge Romero's heart. The two are spotted at all-night diners, debating politics and plotting pranks on set. Studio insiders whisper their chemistry was unmistakable, and their arguments legendary. He told me honesty was the only real armor, Romero allegedly admitted. Some friends save your career and your soul, but the final icon? He was both a legend and a ghost. Gene Raymond. Last on Romero's list is the enigmatic Gene Raymond, actor, singer, composer with a reputation for vanishing at just the wrong moment. Their paths cross at a Paramount charity gala in the late 1940s, where a slow dance under crystal chandeliers sparks a clandestine affair. Raymond's caution matches Romero's charm. Together, they navigate Hollywood's deadly minefield of rumor and blackmail. Their relationship, allegedly, is all coded glances and hidden handshakes, an entire language whispered in plain sight. He could disappear before the curtain fell, and sometimes I wished I could follow, Romero is reported to have said. But talent, as they say, is nothing without courage. And the courage to love in secret? That's a script only the bravest could write. Cesar Romero's legend is more than just Technicolor reels and silver-tongued interviews. He lived in a world where desire was both an open secret and a silent crime. Hollywood's history is built on double lives, backroom deals, and the wild, pulsing hope that somewhere, someday, someone would finally tell the whole truth. In his twilight years, Romero never married, never publicly outed himself, but quietly supported young actors, charities, and those brave enough to risk it all for love. What would you risk for a shot at happiness, knowing the tabloids could destroy you overnight? The stories here? Some documented, some whispered, some perhaps embroidered by the long shadows of memory. But the moral echoes, clear as the bell of a 1930s movie palace? The world's a stage, and sometimes the greatest acts of courage happen behind closed doors. Some details derive from secondhand set lore. Interpret at your own peril. Whose secrets do you think changed Hollywood forever? Who would you put on this notorious list? Drop your wildest guesses and sharpest gossip in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because tomorrow's tale exposes the rivalries that nearly broke MGM in half. You won't want to miss it.